Bounce back of the week. This is the player who didn't do so well the week prior. The following week, they do well. Who'd you have for bounce back last week?
I said it was going to be Santana Moss. He actually didn't have a bad week in week 15. He had 10 points, but I said he's going to have even more points this week. I said he would have 15 points in week 16.
Yeah. No.
4 points.
Mm-hmm. Against what ranked defense?
The worst ranked defense, I think. The Vikings, maybe, was it? Yeah.
Yes.
And E-Man started him.
I did.
Hopefully not on my suggestion, but he had 4 points. It was ugly. Ugly bounce back call.
It was awful.
So sorry to all of you who followed my advice, except maybe Manuel.
Yeah, who didn't follow his advice, so it's really okay.
Which was perfect.
Yeah.
For me. We can talk about this game yet?
Yeah,
I mean, the two of us? All right. Because we played each other last week in the championship game.
May
I know if you remember that
from the earlier segment.
And maybe you can tell by who's smiling who actually won the game.
Who won the game.
Yeah. All right, so this week, bounce back. Carson Palmer. He had 9 points last week. This week, he is going against... I don't know who he's going against. Who's he going against? What the... Hey, diddle.
He's playing football.
He's playing football for somebody. Wow, really?
Seriously?
I have no idea who he's playing against.
Okay.
Oakland. You go on and I'll come back to that.
Okay. So...
He bounces back, though, just so you know.
Back. My bounce back call last week was Tony Gonzalez. He had a pretty poor showing in week 15. I was saying in week 16, my man's going to come hard with it. He's having a good year. He's actually reconsidering retirement. In other words, he was going to retire this year. He's actually reconsidering staying with the league because he's had such a great year. And I thought this game was going to put a stamp on that statement. It did not.
No?
He ended up with 5 catches, 41 yards, nowhere near a badass. Nowhere near a bounce back. So, saving his best for last, apparently, so he'll probably have a good week this week. But that's not who I'm going with. The guy I'm going with is Steve Smith of Carolina. He only had 1 catch for 23 yards and one run for like 9 yards. 2 points in some fantasy leagues, 3 points in others. Either way, awful performance, awful productivity, especially in that sensitive time during the season. So, but as Carolina plays catch up at New Orleans, I believe they're going to have to utilize Steve Smith as well as Cam and his many superhuman abilities to get the job done. So look for Steve Smith to bounce back this week and get a lot more than 2 or 3 points.
Yeah, so, sorry, Carson Palmer plays the Chargers. And the Raiders need to win right here.
Yeah.
And the Chargers give up 15.5 points to quarterbacks, so I think he gets at least 15, if not 16, 18 points this week.
Okay.
Solid bounce back. Top 10.
Back.
Peace.